Now imagine finding out that same little coin could be worth $55,000, $73,000, or even close to $98,000. Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's true for a few rare 1953 D. Jefferson nickels that collectors go crazy for. These coins look almost the same as any other nickel from your change jar, but a small difference, a minting mistake, or a super clean strike can turn it into a life-changing find. So before you toss your old nickels aside, let's go on a little treasure hunt through time and find out why this one small coin can be worth so much. The 1953 D. Jefferson nickel was made in Denver, which is what the D stands for. That year, the U.S. Mint produced over 59 million of them. Most were made for everyday use, passing from pocket to pocket, buying gum or soda, and eventually getting worn and dull. Those regular nickels today are worth only about 5 to 10 cents, maybe 50 cents if they're still shiny. But every once in a while, a special one shows up, and that's where the big money comes in. The reason some of these coins are worth thousands of dollars comes down to three big things: errors, condition, and strike quality. When the mint makes coins, things don't always go perfectly. Sometimes the dies that press the design into the coin slip, double stamp, or get damaged. Sometimes the mint mark, the little letter that shows where it was made, gets punched in twice or at the wrong angle. These are called errors, and collectors absolutely love them. The 1953 D nickel has a few known varieties with errors, such as a repunched D mint mark or a double die where parts of the words or date look slightly doubled. These are tiny details, but they make a huge difference. A regular 1953 D might get you a few cents, but one with a perfect error could bring thousands, sometimes even tens of thousands if the coin is also in great shape. The next thing collectors look for is the coin's condition. This is where grading comes in. When a coin comes out of the mint, it's fresh, shiny, and perfect. Over time, as it's handled, dropped, or rubbed in pockets, it loses its sharpness. Coin experts use grades like good, fine, uncirculated, and mint state, often followed by a number up to 70. A coin graded MS-67 or MS-68 means it's almost flawless. For the 1953 D. Jefferson nickel, the best preserved ones are extremely rare. In fact, the top-graded examples, especially those labeled full steps, are where the value skyrockets. Full steps, or FS, means you can see all the steps at the base of Monticello, Jefferson's home, on the back of the coin, with no smudges or breaks. That level of detail only appears on the very best strikes, and collectors will pay a fortune for it. One 1953 DFS nickel in top condition once sold for more than $15,000, and experts say a perfect one could go for even higher, possibly reaching that $55,000 to $98,000 range if the right buyer appears. Now, let's talk about how to tell if your coin might be special. First, flip your nickel over and look for the small D on the right side of Monticello. That tells you it's from the Denver Mint. Then, grab a magnifying glass and look closely at the steps on Monticello. Can you see all 5 or 6 lines clearly? If so, you might have something valuable. Next, look at the date and the letters on the front. If they look slightly doubled, or if the mint mark looks like it's been punched twice, you could be looking at an error coin. Even a small difference like that could mean thousands of dollars. But don't try to guess the value on your own. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can tell you exactly what you have and give it an official grade, which is what serious collectors and buyers trust. Of course, not every coin will be worth a fortune. Most 1953 D nickels, even if they look nice, are still worth less than $1. But that's part of the excitement. It's like a treasure hunt. Most of the time you find regular coins, but once in a while, you might uncover something extraordinary. Think of it like finding a diamond in a handful of gravel. The fun comes from looking, learning, and discovering what makes one coin stand out from millions of others. The Jefferson nickel series itself is one of the longest-running designs in U.S. coin history. It started in 1938, featuring President Thomas Jefferson on the front and his famous house, Monticello, on the back. The design didn't change much until the early 2000s, so coins from the 1950s look similar to those from later decades. That's why details matter so much, because the differences are small and easy to miss. A tiny minting flaw can mean the difference between pocket change and a payday worth more than a new car. Many collectors say that the 1953 D nickel is one of the most exciting dates to look for in the Jefferson series because of its potential. It's not the rarest nickel ever made, but it's one of those years where condition and era variety really make all the difference. Some people have found rare ones in old coin jars, rolls from the bank, or even in family collections that have been sitting in drawers for decades. Imagine finding a coin that's been ignored for 70 years and realizing it's worth tens of thousands. That kind of story happens more often than you might think. If you're making a video or showing this to your viewers, you can build suspense by starting with that big, what if? Ask them if they've ever checked their old nickels or their grandparents' coin stash. Then reveal that one of the most valuable nickels of the 1950s could be sitting right in front of them. Keep the words simple, keep the tone exciting, and tell them that anyone could get lucky if they know what to look for. Remind them that the key signs are the D mint mark, the sharp, full steps, and any strange marks or doubling. Even though most 1953 D nickels are only worth a few cents, the rare ones are a collector's dream. In perfect condition, with strong steps and no damage, they can break records. Add an error or a special strike, and suddenly you have a small metal coin that's worth more than gold. It's amazing to think that something made for 5 cents can end up being sold for the price of a brand new car or even a down payment on a house. So the next time you come across an old nickel, don't just toss it aside. Give it a closer look. You never know, your 5-cent coin might just be the one that collectors are hunting for, the one that brings in $55,000, $73,000, or maybe even $98,000. That's the magic of coin collecting, the thrill, the mystery, and the chance that a tiny piece of history could change your life. So grab your magnifying glass, take a closer look at those old nickels, and maybe, just maybe, you'll uncover a fortune hiding right in your hand.